Just a quick short video. I put some zucchini out, a little bit of a zucchini wedge, and there's a whiptail catfish right there chewing on it. And another thing, that glosso right there, actually put a root tab under that Sunday to see how that does. And it's funny, this pearl gourami and that SAE are not really wanting to share. But I'm thinking I got these SAEs, if you remember them, when I got them, they were like, I mean, literally skinnier than the neons, and just kind of long and thin. They were very tiny. I'm thinking I've got too many for this tank. The bigger one is seeming a little more aggressive. I'm thinking maybe 2 tops for the tank. They do a great job, but 4 seems over the top. Just me, but like that whiptail catfish is doing well. I've got a Fuella in here, or twig catfish. The glass cats are doing really cool. And something I'm thinking, and there's a rubber lips over there. He hasn't found the zucchini yet. But this tank is a, well, it's not even true. It was originally set to be a Tetra tank, and you know, Amazon River Basin, and anything that's a Tetra, because that's, you know, South American based. So I had like the black skirt. This is a black skirt Tetra. That one's just kind of a fancy fin. Then there's a lamp eye Tetra. Tetras have that little fin. If you look right above where that black and white is on that, see that? They have that little hump between the top dorsal fin and the rear fin, and that's what makes them a Tetra. And you'll notice, like this is not a Tetra. This is a cichlid. And cichlids tend to have a dominant dorsal fin. I don't know. I think I'm full of myself. Enough fish facts, but that's what I was going for. But you know, the SAEs, they're obviously Asian. The rainbows are Australian, I believe. I think that's where they're primarily found. And then the rasboras, which just rock, are Asian as well. They're just such a pretty schooling fish. And but the whiptail, he's native of South America. And then I've got, of course, the neons. They're Tetra. You can see the little fin on them. On a little, if you look really close, just tiny little fin there in the back. Then I got the glow lights back there. Then I've got the what they call the Serpe, or the red minor Tetras. And there's one hiding back in there. They tend to really, there's one that's really territorial about this spot right here. There's one right there. He tends to guard that for whatever reason. I don't know why. But pretty fish. But I am actually thinking about taking some of the SAEs back to the local fish store. And I'm also considering the gouramis, and opening up some room for some discus. And I really don't want a lot of discus, but that's really the I think that would make this tank. And to me they're the king of the Amazon. Well, the pacu and probably the piranha is the king, but as far as beauty goes, discus is really top there. Thinking about blue cobalt discus. Curious what anybody thinks. Still in the planning stage, but going to talk to the local fish store today and make some arrangements to try to catch some of these guys. Some of these guys are easier to catch during a water change. Some of these guys are also easier to catch at 2 or 3 in the morning. If you've ever heard of spotlight fishing, fish will actually find a place to sleep at night. The neons, interestingly enough, when they sleep at night, they'll actually go hide in those plants and get really up and tight, and that rotella are back in there, and it's just interesting to watch how everybody holds up at night. But it makes sense. They school during the day, and then they find a place to hole up at night. But thinking about doing that, and then maybe some pencil fish in here just to let them school. Maybe 6 or 7 pencil fish to school in the shrimp tank, and they're supposed to be pretty docile and not mess with much. So we'll see. Just a thought, but that's it. That's what I'm doing on a Monday. And once again, just a final comment here. That's zucchini, and it's got fish weights on the end. I put 2 fish weights on both sides, and then that just sinks it. But that glosso, I put one of those root tabs from the previous video that I showed, and I'll show you guys really quick, just for people that are just tuning in and new subscribers. And I appreciate everybody showing up. But these are the I love everything this company does. They're not paying me to do this, but if anybody's watching, feel free to send me a check. But their stuff's awesome. This company's actually based in Georgia, believe it or not, Madison, Georgia, and I'm in North Carolina actually. But the Sachem Flourish tabs, top notch. These are really good. So I put one of those in a lace plant the other day. I also put one under the glosso. The glosso already looks better, and it's only been 24 hours roughly. I'm thinking in 3 days I'm going to see significant growth because the roots are getting fed. And the lace plant, if you remember, that's actually a new leaf. So the check mix video that everybody chuckled about, that leaf is kicking up. The other leaf's looking pretty good. But we'll see if it starts to shoot a third leaf pretty soon. I've never had more than 2 or 3 leaves on this. But if that new leaf holds green for a while, I'm going to feel like the root tab's the answer, and it was just deficient on vitamins. I think Dustin even said potassium. If you start seeing your leaves deteriorate, usually it's a sign of low potassium. So anyway, hey, appreciate everybody watching. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. And thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Discus in the 120. Later.